Hello, I'm Anthony Gismondi, the Vancouver Sun wine columnist, and we're on the road in the Okanagan Valley at Red Rooster Winery. I'm on my way now to meet with winemaker Karen Gillis.
Hi, Tony.
Hi, Karen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm really well.
Let's
Great
go.
to be here. I really like the sign there. Well, Karen, it's a fantastic place to work. You must love it here.
It's a pretty amazing view.
What kind of a tour should I take, or what would you tell people to do when they come here?
We have tasting flights that we change up every week. This week we've got Viognier, Rosé, Merlot downstairs. We also have the coupe where we do a little bit more educated tasting upstairs. People that want a little bit more wine knowledge or want to experience some different wines, we have some reserve wines that we showcase upstairs.
And maybe meet winemaker Karen Gillis.
Yeah, there's
Once
a
in a while.
possibility.
I love the commitment to art here too at Red Rooster. Not only the way the facility looks, but for instance, Frank, kind of an interesting character that you rescued from Penticton. What's his story?
Yeah, well, we have Frank, the naked dude on the front lawn.
Yeah.
As you're born into the world, you're nude. As you leave the world, you're nude, and you pick up all this baggage along the way.
Sounds like the story of my life, actually. And inside, there's a lot of art too. How does that work? It comes in and out, or how?
Well, we showcase local artists year-round. They change every month. It's a 100% non-commission art gallery, so people can come and browse and buy if they'd like. And the artists get 100% of the profit.
So wine and art, and then if you get hungry, you can actually come and eat on the patio. And I know you've got a pretty hot chef from Penticton.
Yeah, Chef Darren Patterson of Bogners in Penticton runs our patio here. We serve grill plates, glass of wine, beautiful food.
Okay, food, wine, and art. Only one thing's missing, the vineyard. I want to get out in the vineyard and check out this beautiful little Malbec vineyard right here at Red Rooster. Can we do that?
Absolutely, let's go.
Let's go. Well, Karen, we're finally in the place I love the most at most wineries, and that's the vineyard. Now, Naramata Bench is a special place for you. What are the couple of characteristics that really set it apart from other regions here in BC?
It's a great place to grow wine because we've got the lake effect, so it moderates the winter temperatures. It also gives us a longer growing season at the end of the year. At the same time, we also have this great soil here, so it's a silty soil where we have the ability to keep the nutrients in, but also allows good drainage. It really develops the flavor of the grapes to be, I find, really brambly and full of violet characters, which is different and unique to the rest of the area.
Speaking of fruit, so this small vineyard here at the winery, you have Malbec growing here, which is kind of unusual in Canada.
We do our reserve Malbec, and it's all grown from the property here. And you can tell these grapes, they're a fairly large cluster here.
Yeah.
So what we actually go through and do is we'll go through and thin them down to kind of one bunch per shoot, just so that we can get the ripeness that we're looking for and the flavors that we're looking for. And I think it's really unique to the bench.
And what is that like? We know those Argentine ones are kind of soft and juicy. Is that the kind of style that we're going to get here in BC?
Well, certainly we get the softness because we're letting it mature fully. But for me, the truest flavors that come from the Malbec are the violet flavors, as well as kind of that brambly fruit character.
Yeah.
There's a thread of minerality through there as well that I think is really key to the site.
Makes sense, kind of a cool climate style with that violet minerality. Is it similar for the Pinot Gris too? Do you getting that same sort of minerality, or why is that wine so fresh?
Well, we've got Pinot Gris growing just down the street. One of our growers has been growing on that site for 20 years, and it's just a special spot. You know, I think we from that spot we get a lot of minerality. There's a fruitiness that comes through, but it's not over the top. There's a lovely balance of both. I find it to be a very complex wine, really interesting flavors, and I think it's attributed to being on the soil and being on the bench.
So you don't have to mess around too much when you're making the wine?
I think wine is made from the vineyard,
right.
And so when I bring it inside, I try not to do too much to it.
Karen, you're pretty modest when it comes to talking about your winemaking abilities, but clearly here at Red Rooster, things are going along well on this beautiful bench, and well, we thank you for sharing a bit of your time with us today to talk about Naramata and the wines of Red Rooster.
Thanks for coming.
I couldn't say it any better than Karen just did, but I think you get an impression now about what's going on in BC. Really, the key to winemaking in BC is to let the site express itself, try and stay out of the way of that, and just make naturally beautiful wines from British Columbia.